Look at this. Okay, firework rockets. This is times crafted. I've crafted 14,000 rockets, and I've only used 6,400. Where have they all gone? I have a shulker box, but it's only got like 3 or 4 stacks left in it. Where have all my rockets gone? Anyway, welcome back to another episode. This is episode 10, and we're going to be working on this again. I didn't showcase this much in the last episode because in the short time I just wanted to put in a time lapse and a montage of things that I've been doing like without recording, so I did that. But if I fly up here, we can get a good view of what's been done. This was all a forest like this, the overgrown trees everywhere, hilly, unflat, and now it's looking quite a lot nicer. Anyway, so we went through and took out all the trees, and that took a while. Let's have a look at how many total. Which one's used? Times broken, sorry. Times mine, there it is. Jungle log, 18,000. And then that's maybe 10,000 of her as well, so 30,000 jungle logs. Some of those were before this, but still, that was a massive project to get rid of all the trees. And then I decided to make it all flat, because I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do, but I figured that a flat surface would be the best to start with. And now that I've got an idea of what I'm going to do in here, the flat surface will definitely be helping. So what I've done is I've just taken down all the mountains, like that was clearly a mountain, and I've just flattened it down, all of it to Y70. If I fly down, boom, Y70. So I think this is just one layer of grass, yeah, but when there's parts like this, where it's just deep and way below Y70, what I've done is I've built it up with stone and andesite on this side, clearly, up to Y68, and then the top 2 levels become grass, which one of them becomes dirt, but the top one is grass, and then overall I'll have this completely flat area. And I didn't want to. I wanted to fill in the caves because the dips, because otherwise I'll have something like this, and if I ever need to build something or like break a block under something I'm building, I fall straight through. Then I'm in the cave, and it doesn't feel as stable and or as real if it's just a line across a big cave. Like I'd prefer it much more with the way I'm currently doing it, and I think that's obviously the way I'm going to continue doing it because I'm a big fan of it. Except for like caves like this, I'll probably just flatten it off from maybe that level rather than filling in the entire cave, because it's lit up anyway, nothing's going to spawn, and it's deep enough that I can mine a couple of blocks without falling all the way through. So I'm satisfied with keeping that as it is. Also, that intro, that dodgy 5-second clip of me making a new world / episode with the Minecraft intro Garlic Edition thing, that thing, 5 seconds, took me 2 days. 2 days. How? So yeah, hopefully y'all appreciate it as much as I made myself like it for spending that much time on it. Otherwise, I've just wasted 2 whole days of my life when I could have been over here placing sand, placing dirt, grass, and stone. You're welcome. So at the start of June, I built this ocean store. It looked quite nice, very aquatic, very modern, but it wasn't done. I was missing all the dark prismarine because I was yet to have the Guardian farm up and running. So then, after almost a month, I finally put the dark prismarine in. I added these rows around the prismarine walls and the streaks through the middle. The vertical ones right there. I think it looks quite nice, brings it all together a bit nicer. But it still wasn't done. You see, what I'd said in the video was that I hadn't yet done the roof, and I'd get to it at some point, ideally not as long as the gap between the building it without the dark prismarine and finally putting the dark prismarine in. That was 1 month, that gap. It has been 2 months since I said that, and now it's finally done. I did it yesterday, it's finally in. I think it looks quite nice. Obviously there's like a pool VIP area sort of thing with a bunch of coral and sea lanterns. Not the craziest thing in the world, will never get used. No one's ever going to come and swim in the pool or anything, except for me right now. But I think it's a good feature to have, especially given that it was completely open before this. And the other part of the roof that I've built is this sign that says H2O. Nothing crazy, just simple as it needs to be. H2O, water, ocean store, it all makes sense. But finally, after 3 months, I can say that this bad boy is finally completed. And actually, let's do a fly around with the new H2O sign. Hit F1. That looks quite nice in my opinion. Brings the whole area together, especially with the paths. I'm so glad I put the paths in because it would not be the same without it. And this over here is my enderpearl stasis area. I mentioned it briefly in the last episode, but oh, my enderpearl's despawned. Yeah, just shoot it in, and then whenever I want to, bam, I'm over here. It's more so if someone else is in the area and then I want to come to the shopping area, and then they can just close the trapdoor for me, and then I'm all the way over here real quick instead of wasting rockets flying through the nether. But yeah, anyway, that's what that looks like. And these are all other people on the server, obviously. It's just myself at the moment, but these are all other players, and a bunch of these will be appearing in future videos on a separate channel, or maybe even this one, so stay tuned for that, because it's going to get interesting. You won't believe it, but I am out of resources. This, completely full of dirt. This, full of grass. All that, plus these top five chests, double chests even, full of stone. And yet, I've got nothing left. Let me grab my rocket so I can do a fly around. Clearly a lot's been done, to be fair. I have filled in a large amount of blocks. As you can see from that, it looks quite good. But I ran out. I totally thought I'd have enough. And this is after I went back to my base to grab a bunch more stone and stole some grass from Blue Luna Kitty over that way, whose base I now know is quite close. Over that way is going to be a pretty sick base if I do say so myself, so I'll keep you posted on that. But I'm out. So now I'm going to have to go and grab more. This definitely feels like a waste of my diamonds. I know I left useless junk in one of these barrels. Oh! There's some. Surely there's more. Surely I had more than that. Because 2 stacks of stone isn't going to get me very far at all. This is Big Boy's base, by the way. I just dropped some random stuff in here whenever I... Great, that was... I'm sure that was me as well. Whenever I came here and had dumb things in my inventory, but now I need them. What? That was probably me too. I'm trying to remember if I had a secret stash of stone somewhere. Turns out I don't, but Blue Luna Kitty does. I'm sure she's fine with me taking some of this stone. Like, when is she gonna use it? Perfection. Also, check out this base. This is quite well done by her. She made this cave and decorated it to look quite nice, in my opinion. It also has quite the view on the surrounding locations. Very nice waterfalls. We do a fly around. Ooh, almost fell. She's got the starts of a solid castle. She won't be finishing this castle, but it does look quite nice. Can I make it in? Can I make it in? Can I make it in? Yes. Back to the jungle. Alright, let's see how much damage we can do to this massive hole here with all the stone we just stole. That tiny section right there of stone was one full inventory. So that should give a pretty solid idea of scale of this massive thing. This scaffolding has been here forever. This is from when we first outlined with the blackstone to show where the hexagon was going to be. That even before we removed all the trees, this has been here for a very, very long time. Anyway, this random spruce village seems like a good place as any to start digging down. Not too far away from the hexagon, but not close enough that I should run into the area. So I'll just mine down here and see what I can get. Alright, so I managed to collect another double chest worth of stone, and I'm hoping, really hoping, it'll be enough to finish off here. I just collected a music disc. Let's see what it is. Now, before we finish up the episode, I did a lot of caving and lighting up down below to prevent mob spawning in the future. And I got a lot of resources. Most of these are from caving, some of them are from removing mountains, such as this one on the right. If you're able to see my cursor, I think so, but if you can't, that's unfortunate. So I want to know exactly how much I got. Alright, well, I'm a little disappointed with the amount of gold that I got from the amount that I had, but the coal I'm pretty satisfied with. However, I have a feeling I'm going to need to use most of that, if not all of it, to smelt all this copper into copper ingots. That's insane, isn't it? And with this glorious vision of all my copper smelting all at the same time, except for all this that I have to restock there, but that's fine, I'm not going to mention that. With that image, that's it. Thank you for watching. Alright. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.